Hi students, today I am going to discuss the public key cryptography. So in cryptography, we observed there are two types of cryptography. One is the conventional cryptography and second one is the public key cryptography. So we already discussed the conventional cryptography, where in the conventional cryptography the single key is operated on both sides, that is encryption side and the decryption side. Now coming to the public key cryptography, so this is the major part in the cryptography which provides the information security. Here in the public key cryptography, before we discuss the public key cryptography concept, so a few important things are related to the public key cryptography. So the public key cryptography is also called the asymmetric key cryptography. Asymmetric key cryptography or the two key cryptography. So here what the standards of the public key cryptography is, so already we observed the dimensions of cryptography. In that dimension, the second dimension of the cryptography is the number of keys are used. The number of keys are used in the sense that two keys are used in the public key cryptography and single key is used in the conventional key cryptography. So in the public key cryptography, the two keys are used. The one key, the first key is nothing but the public key, which is denoted by KU, the capital U, capital K and capital U. So the public key is denoted by KU and private key is denoted by KR. So the KU and K are the representations of public key and the private key. And coming to the standard information related to the public key cryptography is, so the each end user can generate the pair of keys. So this is the first concept. Each end user is nothing but those who are communicating the information or transmitting the information. So those two users are nothing but the end users. The end users are generate the public key. That means if the user A and user B both are communicated, these two end users are generated the two keys separately. That means the user A can generate the two keys, that is a pair of keys. One is the public key which is denoted by KUA. Suppose the user A generates the pair of keys which is called a KUA, that is the public key, and private key is KRA. So this is related to the user A. So each end user, in the sense the first end user is the A, that end user generates a pair of keys. The KUA is the public key and KRA is the private key. And similarly the destination, the other party is called as, suppose user B. User B also generate the two keys, the pair of keys, the two keys nothing but KUB and KRB. So suffix A and suffix B represents the identification of the user A and the identification of user B. Suppose we can consider KUA here. This is an identification of the user A of the public key KU. So that's why we can write KUA. A is noted as a suffix. And similarly the private key KR of user A, which can be represented of KRA. So that means here the user A can generate the pair of keys, that is KUA and KRA, the public key and the private key. And the user P generates the pair of keys, that is KUB and KRB. That is the public key of user B, that is KUB, and the private key of the user B, that is KRB. So now this is the first point. Each end user can generate the pair of keys. And the second thing is, out of these two keys, that is the public key and the private key, the secrecy is in private key, not in public key. So this is the major statement in the public key cryptography. So the secrecy is in private key, not in public key. That is the part of the public key cryptography. We observed in the conventional cryptography only one key is defined, that is itself is called a secret key. So here the out of the two keys, so the privacy is in the secrecy is in private key, not in public key. The secrecy is in private key and not in public key. That's why here out of the two end users, each end user can distribute their public keys and they can keep up their private key inside. So that means they can distribute their public keys. They can distribute their public keys, but they can keep up their private key inside. So here the user A generates a pair of keys KUA and KRA, the public key KUA and private key KRA. He keeps a private key KRA and he distributed a public key KUA to anybody. So similarly, user B defines the two keys, public key KUB and the private key KRB. So he keeps his private key KRB and he distributed his public key KUB to any other party. So this is the second point. First one, each end user can generate the pair of keys. So the pair of keys are the public key and the private key. So second one, out of these two keys, the secrecy is in private key, not in public key. So they can keep up their private keys and can distribute their public keys to each other. And the third one is, using public key cryptography, there are two messages are generated. So the two messages are generated by the public key cryptography. The first message is a confidential message and second message is authenticated message. The first message is the confidential message and the second message is the authenticated message. So we observed in the conventional cryptography, only one message is generated, that is itself is called the secret message. Secret message or confidential message or encrypted message, both are the same. So sometimes we are using the encrypted message, sometimes we ciphertext message, sometimes we can use the a secret message, or sometimes we can use the confidential message. So here only the single key can generate the only one message, that is itself is called the confidential message. And coming to the public key cryptography, the two messages are generated. One is the confidential message and second one is the secret message. So when the confidential message was generated and when the authenticated message was generated. So this is the major issue in the public key cryptography. Now in this diagram, so you can observe this diagram. This is the diagram, each end user. Here the source point is A and the destination point is B. The user A generates the pair of keys, that is the KUA and KRA. Here you can observe KUA and KRA. Now here you can consider this is the KRA and this is the KUA. So what the public key cryptography? He distributed his public key to receiver and he keep up his private key inside. Using that private key, he encrypted the message. Using private key, he encrypted the message. And similarly, the destination B, he also generate the pair of keys. Here you can observe the B can generate the pair of keys. He keep up his private key inside and he distributed his public key to user A. Now you can observe. So that means here user A generates the pair of keys, user B generates the pair of keys. So out of these two users, so the user A distributed his public key to user B and the user B distributed his public key to user A. So here already we defined that statement. So each end user can distribute their public keys and they can keep up their private keys inside. So that means, so the two messages are generated here. The first message is the confidential message. When the confidential message was generated, you can observe when the confidential message was generated. So here the sender uses the recipient's public key in the encryption. So the sender uses the recipient's public key in the encryption. So the confidential message was generated. The sender uses the recipient's public key in the encryption, then the confidential message was generated. So when the authentication message was generated, if the sender uses his private key in the encryption, then authenticated message was generated. Here you can observe the concept is, so the sender uses the sender's public key in the encryption. So this message becomes, the Y message becomes, so X is the source message. The X source message is encrypted with the help of the private key KRA. So the encryption algorithm takes the plain text message and the key. So the plain text message is X and this particular private key KRA. So using that message it generates the Y, where Y equals to, you can observe here, where Y equals to EKRA of the message EX. You can observe EKRA of EX. So Y is the authenticated message here. So because of the sender uses the private key in his encryption pattern. So he uses his own private key, then it becomes to the authenticated message Y. So the Y is again the encryption with the help of this public key of the user B. Then what message is nothing but confidential message. So the finally Z is nothing but a confidential message and Y is nothing but a authenticated message. So the two messages are generated by the public key cryptography. In similar way, you can apply in the decryption process, the decryption or the destination side. So the first time decrypted with the help of what key is nothing but, here you can observe these two equations. The ciphertext Z equals to EKUB of EKRA of X and plain text X. So finally we can derive this. So here the ciphertext Z is applied to the decryption. So the latest one, the public key of the recipient is used the KUB in the encryption, then only Z message was generated. So now the receiver can receives the Z message and he decrypts the message with the help of his private key KRB. So when he uses his private key KRB in the decryption, the Z can be revealed, then it coming to the Y message, where Y equals to, we already know that Y equals to EKRA of X message. What the EKRA of X message? This one. So this is the Y. How it can be decrypted? Again, uses the public key of the sender. The KUA used in the decryption, then automatically the message X was revealed. So this is a simple technique of this particular public key cryptography. So in the public key cryptography, we can observe the two messages are generated. One is the confidential message. Here it is very clear. So you can observe the KRA, KUA, the two keys are generated by user A, and KUB and KRB are generated by the user B. So now the two messages are generated. One is the confidential message and second one is the authenticated message. When the confidential message was generated, so if the sender uses the recipient's public key in the encryption, then the confidential message was generated. So when the authenticated message was generated, if the sender uses his private key in the encryption, then the confidential message was generated. So this is the standard of the public key cryptography compared to the conventional. In the conventional, you can observe here the diagram. In the conventional, this is the conventional. So in the encryption and decryption, only the single key is operated. Here the single key is operated. For example, in the DES already we discussed. So in the DES is nothing but data encryption standard. In the conventional cryptography, the shared secret key is used in the encryption and as well as to the decryption. That means the single key is operated here on both sides of the encryption and decryption. This is the conventional crypto system. And coming to the public key crypto system, so you can use this public key crypto system, the two keys are generated. So that is the concept of the public key cryptography. Each end user can generate the pair of keys, the public key and the private key. So they can distribute their public keys and they can keep up their private keys inside. And two messages are generated. So because of the secrecy is in private key, not in public key, the public key is available in the network. And coming to this particular public key cryptography point of view, two messages are generated. One is the confidential message. When the confidential message was generated, if the sender uses his private key in the encryption, and that message is the authenticated message. If the sender uses the recipient's public key in the encryption, then the confidential message was generated. So finally the confidential message Z is represented as Z equals to, here you can observe the recent encryption using the KUB. KUB is nothing but the public key of the user B, KUB of Y. So where Y, we know that Y equals to encryption of the private key of user A. So this is the Y message. So the Y is substituted into the in the place of EKUB of Y. Then finally we get the equation EKUB of EKRA of EX. So this is the message of this particular. So the Z can be transmitted to the destination. So which provides very confidential, because why we can call the confidential? Only the private key is known by the receiver B. So who decrypted this message? The only receiver B can decrypt the message. No one can decrypt this particular message. So this is the greatness in the public key cryptography. That's why the public key cryptography is the so popular, and public key cryptography provides a more secure compared to the conventional cryptography. Because of the conventional cryptography is used only, the single key can be operated on both sides, that is in the encryption side and the decryption side, whereas the public key cryptography can be defined the two keys, the public key and the private key. So for example, the two keys can be operated the bank lockers. In the bank locker, the two keys are operated. One key is handled by the bank manager or the bank authority itself, and the second key is handled by the customer, that is a client itself. So the customer have one key, the bank authorities have the one more key. If these two keys are operated, then only the locker will be opened. Otherwise, the locker will not be opened. So when the decrypted message is opened, so if the bank premises are taken the public key, and the that particular client or the user can handle the private key. If the two keys are operated, then only the message. So that means the two keys are the interrelated keys. Here you can observe. So how these two keys are related, that is the algorithm of the Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm. Using the Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm, so they can generate the public key and the private key, and a common secret key is generated. And using public key cryptography algorithm, that is RSA algorithm, Rivest, Shamir and Elliman algorithm can define the public key algorithm. The two keys are generated, the public key and the private key. These two keys are interrelated with the help of some of the mathematical concept like the Fermat's theorem, Euler's theorem, and some of the mathematical related concept can implement the public key cryptography. So this is the main theme of the public key cryptography. So in this, the two messages are generated. One is the confidential message and second one is the secret message, authenticated message. When the confidential message was generated, the sender uses the recipient's public key in the encryption. When the authenticated message was generated, so the sender uses his private key in the encryption. So this is the information related to the public key cryptography.